Hey guys, what's up? Brett here, and we're back playing some more Battle Brothers on the Beast and Exploration DLC. Alright, we're picking up where we left off last time. I had a bit of a stupid problem at the end of the last episode. I forgot to save the game before I exited. It's something that's super easy for me to do. Whenever I'm doing my outro and I'm kind of stopping the recording, sometimes I go straight out of the game into, another game to record, and I totally forgot to save the game. It wasn't that bad. It basically put me like back up here before um, our last fight, and so I just had to redo that real quick. It wasn't that long. Nothing's really changed. I did all the same stuff. We got the levels, and yeah. So now we're jumping into the toppled watchtower, which I think is the place we're looking for. In Horngard, they said something about there being a place to the southeast that had some sort of sweet loot. So let's see if it is in here. Alright. Oh yeah, and we got some, well, we have a ton of raiders. It should be a fun one. And I think we do want to move forward with Sir Steinhardt. They have a pretty serious number of range threats. And we've kind of gone wide instead of going high on the DPS. That's mostly because our three new brothers are all melee. So a lot of you seem to appreciate the kind of recap from the last episode, and I'm happy about that. If you guys are ever watching at home and there's something like that that you need, or you think I can improve at during one of my videos, just let me know. Like, I was happy to do that. I don't want to leave anyone behind in these playthroughs. Ooh, and there's the what's his name? Ulfert the Brigand. Huh. I'm looking at his armor right now, and I can't quite tell what it is. It doesn't look like a particularly high-end set of armor, but, like, I'm not sure what that is. He has a great axe, so that's a thing. We need to respect that. Mama always said, respect the man with a great axe. And I'm going to step in this way. I don't need to fight, a guy on a high ground with a kite shield to their own advantage. Like, we don't have to take that kind of fight. Let's get the easy kill and get the reset. And then we'll take that fairly easy shot on this guy. And that should open up the back line just a little bit. There's a fine line in these battles between crushing them from range and, forcing them to flee. In which case you miss out on getting a lot of the kills and things that you were looking for. You have to kind of balance it out. If I had 5 of my warbows in the back line right now, I probably would have just killed 5 guys. Yeah, we're going to move in and take out the long axe. But if we did that, if we overwhelmed them with that many number of kills, we'd see a ton of breaking and a lot of running. And we want to make sure that we can kill Ulfert. And I'm not going to block my line of sight. I may want to... We'll advance right here. I may want to shoot this guy. I'm hoping that the archers move up a little bit, but they don't really need to because we've kind of given them all the nearby targets they could want, especially someone like Guido. So I don't remember, if Guido may not even have Battleforged yet, that would be pretty bad. Or maybe it's Baldwin. One of them doesn't have it yet. Let's just pass, see what they shoot at. This is a pretty scary little formation here. Someone like Sir Steinhardt can break this up easily. But this dude with a spear kind of just messed us up a little bit. Alright, let's take that easy kill. And now we're going to take the aim shot into the back line. And that was kind of what we were setting up there. So that guy had like a tier 2 longbow. It was a little bit more dangerous than some of the other ones. Don't particularly like having, I think that's That's Guido. Yeah, I don't particularly like having him as kind of the bottom end of this formation. But now we can move up. We're not so much under threat at the moment from their ranged. There we go. I think we just go for these shots. Like worst case scenario, we hit someone else. We don't want to lose our Lindworm shield to one of these fights. That would be ridiculous. Dang, if we had landed that, we would have killed him. That was a puncturing hit. Wow, a nice one shot. So that was brutal. All it takes was for him to get into range. But we didn't want to let him run away, if we could help it. Alright, let's just land the puncture. There we go. That hurt. That's why we killed the two-handers first. That was pretty painful. You know, we should go for these lashes while we can because their helmets are so weak. Let's get right in there. Alright. Did not mean to pass there, but that's okay. Everyone down there is running. I think I passed Isaac's turn. Yeah, and he dies anyway. The main idea is I wanted to try and get to this dude if I could, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Nope, we got him. Alright. I just figured his initiative might even be higher than Sir Steinhardt's, but that's hard to do. And we'll get him with the punctures. Let's get a better angle on this dude, and oh man, we missed. We missed an 84%. That's pretty rough. Get a little bit of an extra surround there. Does Ariso have a dagger? He doesn't. I'd say, oh, I can see now. It looks like a Lamellar. I couldn't tell before because of his huge beard, but yeah, that's definitely a Lamellar. It's not anything we have to, like, go out of our way to protect. It is expensive, though. I mean, if we could get it and sell it, it would probably be worth maybe 1,000 or so. Hard to remember what they sell for, but I know they're a pretty expensive set of armor to buy. That helmet's also very expensive as well. Would like to get both if I can. But we don't have... We're going to run them down. But we don't have any of the daggers and stuff we used to have equipped. There we go. Guy just gave us a dagger. Alright, let's go for the punctures. Alright, 9 lives stopped us from getting the kill. Well, okay. I had to put a little faith that we would do just the barest amount of damage that would bypass that armor. And the chances are we weren't going to get it anyway, but at least we didn't destroy the helmet. The bassinet's worth a ton, and the great axe is worth a ton as well. Alright, all good stuff, and even some salt we can sell. And just a stack of coins, which is nice. So I mean, that definitely was not like a waste of time or anything. We're gonna make a good bit off of that. So let's go into here and start repairing the busted up stuff. The great axe, the war brand, the pike for sure, the longbow, the mace, and repair the falchion as well. The bassinet. Bassinet's a 210. That's kind of a fair comparison for what Steezy's wearing right now. This is 202. So, yeah, they're pretty much identical. Interesting. Let's get one of these. There. Okay. Now we can head back to Horngard and sell. I think when I left Horngard, they didn't have any missions for us. So I'm going to take kind of a circular route. We have a few pessimists in our group that occasionally give us some bad events, just like that one. And you know what? Maybe we don't go back to Horngard. Maybe we head back down to Brookstadt. See if this little elevation here will give us any sort of view. Nope. There's probably something in here, and there's probably something down here. It's alright. Brookstadt is a great city. We'll see what they have for us. Tarsdorf is an awful city. Alright, let's see what kind of quest they have here. So our idea right now is to get more into the Greenskin invasion and see if we can influence the outcome there. Okay, they didn't have any cool, unique bows or anything. Salt sells for a ton down here. It might be worth remembering because they sell salt up north. Yeah, 475 on that. Oh, I didn't mean to sell that. Okay. I always hold my breath when I do it because I'm scared I'm going to sell something I don't want to. Are we good on... They don't have any tools here? That's crazy. Do they have an event that I didn't see? No. Well, I'm glad we don't really need tools because we'd be out of luck. And the food here is very expensive. But I don't really mind buying it. Let's just get us up. Can we get to 10 days? We can. Alright. We have a lot of everything else. Let's drop by the tavern. Get our guys in good shape. Farkin Manfred and his Farkin dog. Rug of fleas barking day and night, rain or sunshine. Can't take it much longer. I really can't. I prefer it if you didn't waste my money telling me stuff like that. Alright, that's not what we need. Okay. Let's get in here and see what they want us to do. Alright, not interested. It's like some sort of escort mission. Yeah, none of that's really worth it. Let's actually, before we leave, let's check out their hireables. We have minstrels, cripples, daytellers. A witch hunter probably would not be bad. But you really got to get lucky on their star rolls. Janold. The name of Janold is known in many a village, for he has traveled the land to wherever his talents are needed the most. In Brookstadt, he killed an elderly woman and was thrown into the dungeon. As it turned out, the woman was responsible for the abduction and death of 3 infants, and so he was set free again. Now, a mercenary company would be just the tool he needed to fulfill his personal quest against the evil from the world beyond. Huh. I'm tempted to hire him. You know what, let's do it. I want a witch hunter in our company because they lead towards pretty cool events, but we've picked up 2 over time in the course of kind of our travels, and they both ended up being bad. So he has the background of a witch hunter. He has no negative traits. He has 2 stars in melee, which is decent. Could make him a polearm bro. And range defense as well, which is also decent, because if he's using a polearm, he won't be using a shield. His fatigue at the moment looks like it's low. So does his hit points. And his resolve is also kind of medium. Normally they have better resolve than this on a Witch Hunter, if I remember correctly. His initiative is pretty good, which could lend him towards more of a dodge style character. But he's going to need some medium armor. And we're kind of fresh out of that type of stuff at the moment. Okay, we'll hold on to him. I think he's okay. We used to have lots and lots of extra crossbows and stuff. Over time, we kind of tightened it up and sold off. I would love to have an impaler to give him. But sadly, I do not. Well, what can we give him? Can we give him anything? Not really. Yeah. So my idea right now is just to keep him make him into a polearm bro. Where did we give that ridiculous polearm? I mean, even this is a pretty good weapon. No, let's not do that. I gave it to Wolfgang. Let's go back to using that. Could do something like this. We can just let him hold that for now. Janold. So guys, a new brother. If you haven't given me a name suggestion yet, I'll take one. I haven't had one in a long time, but I feel like there's enough people out there watching that we could get him named something different. If you like Witch Hunters, I'm tempted right now just to name him like Geralt or something from The Witcher. Guys, if you haven't played The Witcher 3, get on that. All the Witcher games are solid, but like The Witcher 3 is on a whole different planet. That's definitely one of my favorite games. Yeah, I'm just looking at my inventory and I'm kind of shocked that I don't have more stuff to give him, even like armor. Like, yeah, I could just do something like this ridiculously. His fatigue drops. And he's basically useless with a crossbow now. We need something more like this. This is probably the best crossbow helmet in the game, which is why it's currently on Ragnar. And then this is the best, I think this is the best crossbow helmet you can get that's not a unique. But I mean, just look at the difference. 150 versus, 339. It's just huge. So maybe we'll keep him like this for a minute, but we'll end up getting him better stuff soon, hopefully. I could always just come in here and straight up buy another heavy crossbow. These are kind of not great prices. Yeah, we'll just hold on to them. We'll see what we can do in terms of making him better stuff. And I guess we need to make another Nagzurher trophy necklace. I'm guessing we lost some in the Great Battle. Okay, let's check this out. The Goblin Trophy just doesn't do anything in most fights. And just having, the extra resolve does help. So, I like this a lot. It's pretty cool. I mean, he looks cool. It's just that armor is way too heavy for him. Alright, let's go ahead and level Willem before we keep going. And Willem has dodge. That means we have to put points in initiative. That's fine. He really needs points in melee skill pretty much every turn until the end. And I think we could also afford put one in resolve and just get him up to that 60 mark. But he also has Colossus, so we could consider putting points for him into HP. Alright, Baldwin. He's going to need reach advantage for sure, so let's just go ahead and get that. And that's a pretty big HP roll. I like these two defensive rolls as well. I think we take a 3 in fatigue and then 2 3s here. Yeah, I like getting his defensive stats up just a bit. Those aren't natural. He doesn't have any stars in his defensive abilities or his fatigue. So when we see 3s, we need to take them. because we'll get more 4s and hit points. You know, that's not an issue. And melee skill at 2, he's already at 81. I mean, if we get him up to 90 and 100, that range, he'll be fine. He'll be more than fine. He'll be really powerful. So now that Baldwin has leveled a bit, yeah, let's get him into the coat of plates. He's still wearing a lamellar harness. 260. Yeah, we'll switch him up again. So now we get back into the whole rotating game of making sure we have decent armor on decent people. And I like this for him. This is a nice like entry-level heavy armor. It's just the helmet that we need to change, if at all possible. Someone like Steezy, maybe. Steezy's fatigue is going to tank, though, if we put him in a full helm. 47, 49. Yeah, I think this is a pretty simple solution here. Scaredy puts on the full helm. Let's look and see what we have here. So 15, 15. That's pretty good. That's a good compromise. Stuff gets moved around, and then now Janold has a bit of fatigue to work with if we were to use him in combat right now. And I think we honestly can use him in combat. I just don't know if I want to take out one of the brothers that I need to level in order to do that. Because, like, who would I even take out? Probably just Lance. You know what? Let's take Lance out just to see. I want to use that weapon, basically. And let's head down to Tarsdorf. Maybe they'll have a good contract for us to take. If we have to go down to Wolf's Wall, that's not bad either. They probably have, man, more expensive stuff. They, at the very least, will be able to pick up some dogs, which I like to have an excess amount. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I get a scam phone call around this time every single day using an area code from my hometown, and it's pretty frustrating. Normally I have my phone on silent, but I forgot today. Sorry about that. So they want us to go 2 days south to Holnishvan. Let me try and refresh my memory where Holnishvan is, because we're in kind of a crummy place right now. Ooh. You know, that's really far south. We don't need to do that. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Let's just head down to Wolf's Wall. Another decent place for us to grind would be around Schlamberg. Ooh, and there's a big battle here. But these guys got it. It's almost nighttime. We would basically just be coming in on the tail end of a battle and barely getting any kills. What I'm looking for right now is, you know, greenskin invasion type stuff. Man, nothing. Alright. Grafenhaven is one of those places that has basically never let us down. Every time we come here for every one of the events, there's always like 100 battles going on right here. So let's head over here, which was the original plan, and see what's going on. Whoa. Soulbinder's Sanctum. A few fallen heroes, some Geists, a plethora of armored Wiedergangers, and a Necromancer. That's a tough fight. For how many like newer brothers we currently have in the lineup, I would probably want to bring Lance in for something like that. But who do we take out? We take out Isaac. We don't need to level Janold on such a dangerous fight. I think that's kind of just getting a little greedy. Yeah, we'll take Janold into some of the smaller fights we get into. But this is a big boy fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's some good loot on the line for this one. So we can head over here, and let's see, Lone Wolf is active right now. So we're up to 70 resolve, so I'm not as scared of the Geists anymore. But let's reveal all of them. Let's count the fallen heroes. 1, 2, 3. Only 3. 5 Geists, though, could be a problem. And the Necromancer, we're already pretty much in range with Lance there. So as these fights usually go, the zombies are going to step forward. Some of the fallen heroes are going to step forward. As soon as the lines clash, the Geist will start to move forward. And I wouldn't be surprised if this fallen hero stays back to protect the Necromancer. There's usually, if there's multiple fallen heroes, there's usually guys who are staying back to protect them, to protect the Necromancer. So we're going to take this high ground from them. And with a spear wall, it should be pretty impossible for the zombies to take it. So we're really splitting them up. That's good. Take that shot. We'll take the easy kill here, get the resets. Oh, and that's Wolf. That's right. We used our Falcon, so we weren't going to be able to take a second shot. But that's okay. He won't be able to hit me either, I don't believe. And that may be a bit of a preemptive spear wall. But we need to move in such a way that we get our Lone Wolf back, or else we're just making ourselves vulnerable. Alright, front lines have clashed. In come the Geists. And they're completely unprotected, so we're probably going to step up. Let's get that kill to clear the way. I was going to say, we don't really want any zombies around us when we go to take our first swings. I think there's a guy in here. No? Okay. There's a guy right here. Alright. Azazel has killed so many Geists. He's one of our most reliable killers. That sword doesn't do a lot of damage versus certain types of enemies. But it has such a good chance to hit in his hands. Let's go this way. Let's make another little kind of forward L-shaped position. And we can trust Isaac, I think, to hold. God, I love it when I kill a ghost with a hammer. What an unlikely story that is. Alright, so Steinhardt's getting a little iffy. But he should be able to handle these three. Pretty much no problem. What we don't want to have happen is for this fallen hero to get into the back line. That would be bad. But I don't hate our position. I don't think anyone will rout unless they're super heavily focused by these Banshee shrieks. Okay, so we're good. As long as we start getting kills. Let's try and land those punctures. Alright, 1 second, guys. I might have a non-scam phone call. I don't know why I thought for a second that it wouldn't be another scam call, but I did, and I was wrong. They really need to do something about that in America. I know not all of you guys are from America who are out there watching. It is illegal for like robocalls, and I think it's the FBI that looks into it. But they're out of control right now. Once they get your number, I've heard the best thing to do is to answer the phone and then just not say anything, even just like put it on mute so that you can't be heard. And okay, 2 guys down, but Sir Chris is running. Probably should have used our turn to rally, but it's to put it on mute, and then they think that the phone, like the line, is dead. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've tried that before. You just answer, put it on mute. See if we can get a split here, kill both of them. Wow, we did. So we have a few tough fights, and we're not quite getting into the Necromancer where we're trying to be. I think Sir Chris will come back. He's in like perfect health. It's kind of crazy that he's even running. Bam. I love that mace. Alright, the fallen hero's down. But will he stay down? I don't know. Move up a bit with Ragnar. Really? Okay. That's kind of annoying because if Sir Chris goes to run again, he'll have to take another, like, check. If we step back, I think he's in range of a rally. Yes. Okay, that works. Now we have Baldwin the Bold running up there. And getting that kill, we'll just go for these, it doesn't matter. Getting that kill made it so that now we should be able to step forward with Sir Chris. Ugh. That Great Axe, I swear, if that thing kills or destroys that shield, I'm out. I'm out, guys. I'll never make another Battle Brothers Let's Play ever again. Damn. I think what you can do when you're fighting fallen heroes, let's say I kill him on a turn, and then I can also in that same turn step forward onto his corpse. I think we can take his sword from him in the same way that you like pick up loot. Alright, it's time to start bannering. If we wanted to prevent all routing this battle, we certainly could have. We could have made this a much less dangerous fight. Simply by making sure that our banner was out since the beginning. And instead of using our lone wolf tactics, just kind of going straight, defensive turtle position and letting them come to us. And as long as we're around a banner, there's pretty much no way they could rout us. With 2 sources of rally, it's not possible. I think it was Mr. Blue in the comment section said something like Lance is up there playing whack-a-mole. It seems like that's all he gets a chance to do. The AI, I think, has gotten better at recognizing like lone wolf style threats. Oh, that was beautiful. So they send just what they think they need to like tie him down. And I mean, kudos to the AI for doing a great job of, protecting the Necromancer What we could do to try in the future to get the Necromancer, what you have to do is be more aggressive with your back line. I haven't really showcased that in this playthrough, I don't think at all. But whenever you're trying to snipe out targets, instead of being really static with our back line and just picking any visible target, which is the way to do the most DPS overall, if you're trying to snipe out any particular target, like let's say the Necromancer, what we needed to do was make like a pocket and push forward with our front line. And that pocket is, you know, basically we don't shoot for the first turn or two. And if the Necromancer stays, you know, we've had, like say we started here, right? So at the beginning of the battle, instead of passing and shooting like we normally do, I would take my front line and maybe like curve out to here, and then take my back line and push up to here. And this guy hasn't moved. We'd be in range of him. Now this map has trees and stuff in the way, so it'd be a little more difficult. But that's kind of the general idea. And then if they move, you know, as a spellcaster, then they're not doing what they're meant to do. And at the end of the day, we win when they do that. So let's say that was he's a goblin overseer or a goblin shaman or something like that. And he's not casting, you know, then that's great for us. And headless. Kind of like the old doctor, cure thyself phrase. It's like necromancer, reanimate thyself. And Lance is tired from killing those dudes. I've watched documentaries before on like the feasibility of different types of fantasy weapons, and one of the ones that struck me the hardest was how just ridiculous a weapon like this would be. This one's not quite in the realm of, you know, absurdity. A very large, very strong man could probably swing something like this with relative ease over the course of like a very short battle. But just the idea of like some of the larger fantasy weapons being used is just utterly ridiculous. Kind of looking at Final Fantasy whenever I say that, stuff like that. That's another one of my favorite games growing up was Final Fantasy X. Like, I don't care how strong Auron is. Those gigantic, ridiculous swords. There's no way. So all I've got left is this one fallen hero, and he's in kind of bad shape, and we're surrounding him. We really want to get Lance on him, though. So one of the alternate forms of attack that Sir Chris has with that hammer is the ability to destroy armor. But his armor was already destroyed. That attack is best used at the opening of combat with an enemy like this. So let's say it's right here, so it's destroy armor. So you'll see here the huge amount of damage it does to armor. It's like an extra 50 or so. And it always does some damage to hit points. So it's just a matter of, it's usually worth it whenever you're fighting a knight, a fallen hero, an orc warrior, something like that. Otherwise, I would say basically just never use that attack. Pretty much always go for hitting the body, the standard attack, because if you do, you're still going to damage the armor. And you're still going to damage, you're always going to get, you know, that bare minimum hit. Man, so this was kind of a bust. Yeah, that was a bust for how dangerous that fight could have potentially been. We're gonna make, you know, we're gonna make like a grand plus off of that. And decent experience, but like nobody leveled. Okay, let's try this. Something like that. And we should definitely repair the helm, the arming sword. You know, let's repair the bludgeons, because I think I keep accidentally selling some of them before we head down to Grafenhaven. Alright, I see some greenskin footprints. Looks like they might have run afoul of some humans, though. So, guys, I've been thinking a lot about, what origins to do whenever we finally get access to Warriors of the North. I'd love to hear your feedback, just kind of like your early impressions, what you're thinking about doing yourselves. I'm leaning towards the Raiders one pretty hard. I think that it's gonna, aside from just being, a super fun way to do it, I think it's gonna lean more towards more unique and interesting gameplay. Having a gameplay centered around, not being friends with anyone and just picking like one starting location where you just try and get them to like you. Meanwhile, you just ransack the rest of the map. So like right now, what we would end up doing, let's say we were playing that. Let's check these real quick. But let's say we were already, playing that sort of company origin. Oh God, okay. Raiding camp hidden in the swamps to the east. Oh yeah, we're going there. No doubt they want us to kill greenskins. Okay, cool. So that's perfect. We're already going there. So they want us to go to the swamps. But there's like tiny swamps right here. There are. There could even be something there, but there probably aren't. We're going to go check here first. And then we're going to move up. But anyway, what I was trying to say was, before I got super sidetracked by myself. Oh no, they want us to go way up here. This is what the game considers northeast of Grafenhaven. Oh, it says northeast of Horngard. God dang it, I should have read that better. Okay, whatever, we're going to get paid. But if we were playing Raiders right now, we would essentially befriend this house as best we could, because they have the best cities. And then we would just fight, every time we ran across militia, every time we ran across, let's take this little dinky fight. Every time we ran across, big companies from other houses, we would take those fights, and we're just gonna, we'll pass with all of our frontliners. I was gonna pass with everyone, but I think even at nighttime we still have a shot. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably miss a few, but it's still worth it. But it opens up, why I'm excited is because it opens up so many different enemy types that currently, like, we're just not facing, and that you only really face during the Noble War. And I would love to be fighting them, for the entire playthrough. And we haven't really seen yet what exactly being a raider entails. So there could be some other, like, cool side benefits from that. Just a lot of the different types appeal to me, really. I love the idea of getting... Is it 18? Can you really have 18 guys on the battlefield at once in the all-peasant playthrough? Man, if you could have 18 guys on the battlefield at once, that's insane. I mean, we have peasants who've made it, this far into the game, and if you get lucky, I mean, you can get peasants with incredible, like, stars and stuff. They won't be as good as, or they won't, I mean, they'll basically never be as good as, like a nobleman or something with a ton of stars. But the sheer numbers, like, I just can't even like imagine how strong we would be with a group of 18 guys on the battlefield. The different types of like maneuvers and things we'd be able to pull off is really exciting to me. Okay, we routed him. Just want to get more bodies on this guy. What are some of the other ones? I mean, there's the one with the, you start off basically kind of like an avatar mode, where you get a hedge knight in the beginning, and I guess he starts with some pretty decent equipment, maybe like a great sword or, like a full plate. But I mean that only lasts you so long. I mean by the end game, everyone's like a hedge knight. I mean like you can find. I could go pick up sellswords and raiders and sword masters and stuff like crazy if I wanted to, and let half my team go. You know, and just have all those cool, you know, overpowered backgrounds. But so I'm not sure how strong that one will be into the late game, because one of the major limitations is that it I think they limit how many men you can have in your company, so you can only ever have 12. So you don't have anyone in reserve, so you have to fight with what you have, and that can be very dangerous. Okay, so we need to grab reach advantage here. Make sure we're getting these defensive traits so that they survive into the late game. Wow, I don't think we can pass a 4 roll. That's just too good. His resolve is pretty weak. So is his HP, though. So is his fatigue. These are pretty bad rolls. It's kind of unlucky. I think we just take 2 in his melee defense. Alright. Happy to level off of a small fight like that, though. Oh, and then some brigands. Insult to injury. So we're looking for a rare piece of armor. And I think it's going to be right here. So let's check it out. It's a battle in the swamps. Yeah. So in a battle in the swamps, I definitely want more archers. Let's just switch out for right now, and we'll tuck him in. Keep him safe. Yeah, he's going to be a Polearm Master for sure, but he's never going to lose that crossbow. So if we read that right, and this is looking like almost the only swamps, yeah, and it's humans, which also kind of helps us to know we're in the right spot, because that's kind of what they said would be here. So this will be a tough one. Oh god, there's another guy with one of these damn spears that broke our Kraken shield last time. So there's no penalty to us shooting from inside the swamp. Come on, at least I don't think there is. The swamp debuff I think has nothing to do, yeah, it's all defensive and your ability to actually hit. Man, I was trying to kill him before he throws this stupid spear at us. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen. No, it might still happen. Sir Steinhardt's going to have initiative, that's for sure. Just pass with all our frontliners. And we need to expect some of these ranged attacks to go down on Baldwin and Guido, because they're standing in the front line with no melee, with no protection versus ranged. That'll work. Okay, that was pretty painful, but it hit our armor. Yeah, crossbowmen gotta go. We're not seeing any leaders yet, but I think we can't quite see everyone. Is that him right there? I think so. He's got a military cleaver. And that armor, this is Torhelm the Knife. And that's like a scale armor, is it? I forget what it's called. But it's one we didn't get a chance to make a lot of use of. It's kind of a great early game armor that transitions well into the mid game. But I never really got a chance to get that. Right, 95% chance shot. Yeah, okay. So we're killing just enough of them that they should still be advancing on us. And then this turn here, we should be able to absolutely wreck these dudes. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Why didn't our boy go first? Huh. Getting way down, I guess. Damn, I was hoping to get a kill for the reset, because if we got the reset, we would have killed 2 of these dudes, no problem. But now I think we need to focus some of our ranged fire. If they're going to leave their marksmen open, we're going to take those. But it would be great if we could help out Sir Steinhardt now. Yeah, there we go. We're taking this shot because we know if we miss, we'll probably end up hitting that guy. If we could cause a little bit of panic over here, we've already got one routing. And let's make sure Baldwin's not standing on swamp ground. He can't really fight that type of fight. Good shot. Come on, get the kill. There we go. So there's definitely something to consider in terms of, moving forward with Isaac ruined Sir Steinhardt's Lone Wolf. It's still showing, but I don't think it's there anymore. Which in turn lowers his defensive stats. So it's hard to know whether or not we're actually doing him any favors by moving forward to support him. His morale is still good. 2 of the people around him are now wavering. So he's not in as much danger as he was before. Okay, he's actually getting to go now. So I think we can just take this hit. He'll die for sure, so we do get the reset. And we get the extra swing. But the idea right now is just to make sure that this guy doesn't leave the field. Alright, he stepped forward. It's good, and he stepped forward into the swamp. So, not bad. Wow. We nailed both of them. A hit there would have been great. It would have been nice to daze him. $86. I think we go south with him. And go up here. Alright, well, he needs to go up now, for sure. Perfect. Alright. 2 enemies left. And we need to support our bros as best we can. The only one I'm really worried about is Guido. Nice that he survived that hit. Really nice because he also got overwhelmed. And that was brutal. That crushed his armor. And Janel just does not have the fatigue at level 1, wearing that kind of armor to move through swamps. But it was very nice of the AI to put this dude in the swamp for us. So just the leader left. And there we go. We're almost there. He'll never make it. This battle will be over before then. Okay, let's get it. Almost. whatever his armor is, we're not getting that. But I think we're guaranteed to get another piece of armor. Let's see. Here's the big reveal moment. Wow, this was worth it. Oh my god. An infamous carapace. Hell yeah. That's great. That is awesome. Oh my god, who do we give this to? It's extremely heavy, which is why I was sitting there thinking for a second. It's extremely heavy. We really need to figure out who gets that. So it's a piece of armor that would be best on a lone wolf. So someone like, I think Baldwin has maybe the best fatigue stat. It's hard to know. But dang, that's a good piece of armor. That's 413. I think that might end up being that's a higher defensive roll than the Venerable Ward, but it also has much worse fatigue. So I mean, this is 42 versus 43 for a huge extra amount of armor. So boom, Baldwin, you're now the proud owner of an overpowered set of armor. And we need to put some kind of attachment on that. I don't hate the additional fur padding. I don't hate the unhulled fur cloak, but it feels like bone plating might just be the thing. Or direwolf, even more durability with the resolve check. But I think we're just going to put the bone plating on it. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Man, who'd have thought that we could just get better things than coat of plates left and right? It's kind of unbelievable. So Sir Dankwald now has the fatigue necessary to wear, you know, a full-on coat of plates. He might actually be better. Yeah, let's do that. I like that better. I think at the end of the day, Sir Dankard is going to end up being a better brother. But if Baldwin gets there, he's the sword master. In terms of his fatigue, which is kind of unlikely because he's old. Yeah, for right now, I think this is a better play. And we have some extra daggers. I'm pretty sure we needed one on somebody. So Chris can use one, that's fine. Okay, and we did get a level. So Janold finally gets his first level. We're going to take Student to give him that accelerated growth. And this is where stuff starts kind of getting crucial. I don't know if we're going to get Colossus on him. I think we're going to go with 9 lives, perhaps. And I'm also thinking we want to take a 3 roll there. I want to get him up to maybe like 60 with ranged. That way he's not a horrible crossbowman. But I hate his resolve. I feel like we want to do something like that. I don't like that at all. Maybe this. Yeah, I mean, we got to get him up to that 50 threshold. That's okay. We'll have better rolls in the future, for sure. I have no doubt we can get him up to maybe 60 range skill. And melee skill will probably be around 70-ish, if not more. 75-ish. And if we got to get his HP over 71. So that might have been a good time to take 4. But we'll see. I'm not that worried about it. He'll end up being a pretty decent brother when all is said and done. But guys, we're getting close to the end of today's episode. I'm glad we got a sweet pickup there right at the end. That's nice. But now, I was slowly losing my mind for a second. I'm going to stop back in Grafenhaven. We'll sell off some stuff. And then I'll look to go ahead and get up to the deserted farmstead. Maybe we'll be able to take a cool fight or two along the way. And I'm not all that upset to be back in the north a few days later, because that does mean normally that there'll be some extra opportunities to buy some of the unique loot that's usually up there. I don't really like having to buy really expensive tools, but can't really do anything about that. Let's just try and break even. And we needed to hold on to a quiver of bolts. Glad I remembered to do that, because we need to give that to Jan. Okay. And the prices here are awesome. They're always good here. This is a really great place if we want to hang around and do stuff. And we're going to hold on to this lamellar harness for now. And we'll buy some fish. And some masterfully cured rations. And some bread. Yeah, I had no doubt we'd get up to 11 days. Let's get our brothers looking happy. And before I forget, let's go and visit our new boy, Janold, and make sure he has a second quiver. There we go. So he's pretty, I mean, he's pretty much outfitted. We just definitely want to get him a better crossbow, which is sad because, I mean, I sold some really powerful crossbows in my time. But now at this point in the game, we're mostly just looking to get, you know, unique stuff, which, you know, hopefully we can pick up. But I think I had to buy one of my unique crossbows. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett, and my channel is Good Talk Gaming. Thanks for joining me for another good episode. We picked up a new brother. That was good. We picked up a new amazing piece of armor. And we've leveled quite a bit just in this short time. And I may end up doing some leveling off camera just to get us maybe an episode or two closer to the witch's hut. Which is, I know, what a lot of you guys are waiting to see. So, I mean, a lot of this travel right here, I might just do off camera to save us, you know, 20 minutes of nonsense. But that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.